Many players have a lot of trouble deciding what items they should make. Guides are a great place to start, but you need to realize that the items listed there are for the ideal late game build. It's not realistic to be making those items every single game. So what should you do if you don't get the item components that you want? In this video, I'm going to go through 5 tips you should keep in mind when deciding what items you should make. My first tip is that when you have 3 or more components, you should consider slamming items. If you have 4 or more components, you should almost always slam. You need to realize that if you have item components on your bench, they're literally not doing anything for you at all. Just imagine yourself not getting any items early. Instead, you're gonna get them all in the next minion round, stage 2-7. This is a huge disadvantage for you, because you'll be playing with a weaker board than everyone else for 6 whole fights. You'll probably end up losing 20 to 30 health, and maybe like 5 to 10 gold from potential win streaks. I'm not saying you should never be greedy for an item, cause some items could actually make or break your comp. Just make sure to consider how much health and gold you're going to be giving up for it. The second thing you should know is that you want to slam items that benefit you in the present. Ludens is a really good early game item, but not a very good late game item. It's worth slamming Ludens early, but you should probably not build Ludens late game if you could build something else. Locket is a similar situation. It's pretty good mid game, but there's definitely more options late game. In this scenario, I have 5 item components during the mid game, so I decide to slam Locket here on my 2-star Jace. This allows me to win streak all the way until stage 4-3, putting me in a great position to top 4. The next thing you should know is that you should have a good balance of offensive and defensive items. Here, you're looking for damage items on your Syndra, since your frontline won't matter if you do no damage. Here, you're mainly looking for frontline or utility items. Your items on your carries won't matter if your frontline dies instantly. Don't make the mistake of only itemizing your carries. You'll get a lot more value out of your items by spraying them onto your tanks as well. Number 4. You should only slam an item if it'll make an impact on your fight. Whenever you slam an item, you're trading flexibility for power. If you're going to lose anyway, there's no point in slamming items unless it'll save you a significant amount of health. Similarly, if you're going to win anyway, you should probably think twice about slamming. There's no need to limit your flexibility if it won't change the outcome of your fight. Here, I have the option of slamming Last Whisper. However, slamming here would probably force me to play Astro Snipers, since it's one of the only builds that uses Morello and Last Whisper. I slammed Last Whisper here because I thought it was necessary for me to keep my win streak, and it paid off because I barely win the fight. If I felt like I was going to lose even with Last Whisper, I would have probably kept my items on my bench instead. This would allow me to keep my options open between Astro Snipers, Star Guardians, and Mech Victor. For my last tip, if possible, you want to slam items that are flexible. If you slam red buff early, it usually forces you to play Blasters, Cybers, or Battlecast. If you slam Ionic Spark, it still pretty much gives you the option to play any build you want. They're both amazing early game items, but red buff is a lot less flexible than Ionic Spark. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't slam red buff, just be ready to commit to one of those comps if you do. The purpose of this video isn't to give you an item tier list. You can get them pretty easily just by doing a Google search. Instead, I wanted to provide you with a mindset that focuses on how you can get the most value from your item components. To celebrate 500 subscribers, I'll be offering a free coaching session to 2 of my subscribers that like and comment on this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.